90-degree days.
It's only supposed to get to 79 today. So
It's just so humid out.
well, it's because it wants to rain.
Paul asked me yesterday how long I was going to keep the AC going in the basement.
Until,
I told him as long as I needed yarn to dry.
I was going to say, until all the yarn gets dry. This is 29.
Oh, 29. Podcast 29.
29. What about that?
So thank you all for watching. We've got a couple things to talk about. I want to make sure we cover the events that we've got upcoming and where Mom and I'll be and what all's going on. First of all, I want to thank everyone. If you didn't watch the last podcast, I'll just give you a little recap. At some point in the podcast, I was talking about the Millie that I had on and how that I needed a Millie in every color. And I kind of put a thing out there and asked if anybody wanted to make me a Millie to let me know. And I really wasn't expecting to get people to volunteer to make me Millies. And
I really did raise her better than that. I mean, I don't know.
Well, you said you weren't making anymore.
I know.
So I had several people send me notes and volunteer to make me a Millie. And I kind of happened to take the ones that volunteered first. And so for those of you that that also volunteered and sent me emails, I hope that I responded to everyone. But thank you very much for offering. This one was done by a watcher in Colorado, and I believe she is a little bit of a new knitter.
She did a great job.
Normally, I think she does shawls, and she was a little nervous about doing this one. This one is in the Teal My Heart colorway.
Yes.
And
just in sock, not.
Yeah, no mohair in this one. I mean, there's mohair in the sock base, but she only held one strand. And I think she did a fabulous job. It fits perfectly, rather. And it's a great color.
What's one of your favorite colors?
Well, yeah, I mean, teal and navy, and
Fuchsia
green. So thank you very much for doing this one. I have another one. Actually, it's behind us right there, that I'm going to change into halfway through so you can see that one done up too.
I think at Rhinebeck, she's going to have this bag, and I think she'll do wardrobe changes about every hour on the hour.
Well, it depends. Now, Christy Glass sent out a post that says it's supposed to be about 60 degrees in Rhinebeck. Sunny and 60. So
you may not.
So I don't know about ghost horses. It'll be
You're
a little bit
going to wear
heavy.
ghost horses. You may have to wear it early.
So,
but you will wear it.
So, what are you wearing, Mom?
I am wearing the hat Dana.
I know you finished it.
I finished it. You know, if you didn't watch last week, our last podcast, Heather kind of got on me about smaller projects, accessories.
I got on you about it.
You did.
Okay.
You said
How about I just mentioned it?
Kind of all the same.
Mentioning it turns into getting on you about it.
Well, you lit my fire.
Okay.
So I wanted, Denise and Magpie Fibers is having a meetup on the hill at 1 o'clock.
On Saturday.
On Saturday. And I wanted.
To be able to participate?
I did. You or I won to wear it. It's supposed to have tassels at the bottom. And between you guys, it's a little damp. I popped it last night. But it's great.
It was an easy pattern?
Easy pattern, easy to follow. I held.
And that's Hat Dana.
Hat Dana.
Yep,
right.
You can find it on Ravelry.
I held Mohair with it, you know, just to be a little fancy.
So you use worsted weight.
Worsted weight, and your new Spice Cider.
Spice Cider.
With Spice Cider Mohair. You may want to hold this up. Remember, your arms are longer.
Yeah. So let you guys see that.
You start down here at the bottom, and at the bottom, I had a little bit of a hard time reading the pattern. I didn't know where we were going. But as soon as I realized what the pattern was, it was really easy to follow.
And you're going to add tassels, you said?
I think I'm going to add not fringe. I'm probably going to add fringe and not tassels. Fringe is flatter. Tassels are round and thicker.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just going to add, fringe.
Okay.
3. But it doesn't look bad after I blocked it without it.
Yeah. Yesterday before you blocked it, you were a little worried about it.
Well, this didn't want to straighten out.
So again, the Hat Dana meetup is Denise Byron and Magpie. They're having a meetup on the hill on Saturday at 1.
At 1.
There's a bunch of different meetups. I know Christy Glass has got a meetup.
I also...
Are we 10 days out? 10 days out from when we leave? We're leaving on the 17th. We're leaving on Thursday.
Yes.
Okay.
I also
I got a lot to do.
And almost done with Stonecrop. And that meetup is at 2:00.
Okay.
Are
they on the same hill or different hills?
Same hill.
Because Christy was talking about them being over by the
Cider Donuts.
The Cider Donuts.
Who's going to be there?
That's where she's doing the steak sweater.
Okay.
That's where I thought the Denise and Magpie.
I thought they were up on the hill.
Where the Ravelry meetup usually is.
Where the Ravelry
and the podcast.
But that's kind of the same hill. You just have to...
Yeah, that's true.
Walk.
Something tells me that we'll be able to find each other.
Probably. So I did it 3/4 length sleeves. And... I don't know.
That's what the Millie is, about 3/4 length sleeves.
So I'm almost done.
It looks good.
Couple days.
Are you tired of baubles? You're not going to be doing any more bauble things in the near future?
Not this many baubles.
A lot of baubles.
I like baubles. I was thinking about Caitlin's Boylan Knitworks Sturgill. Has got some baubles in the neckline and on the cowl, but it wasn't baubles. This is it's at this point they're not hard. They're just slow, and the 1-stitch cables. So you have a bauble in the middle, and at the bottom you have a 1-stitch cable, 1-stitch cable, and then at the top of the bauble you've got another 1-stitch cable, 1-stitch cable. So those cables kind of encircle the bauble.
They frame it.
Right. So between the bauble and the 1-stitch cables, it's just a little slow.
We're almost done.
I am. And you've tried it on several times?
Yeah. It's pretty. It's a pretty sweater.
It is a pretty sweater. I ended up not doing it as long for you as I normally do. It's more at the top of your jeans instead of at your pockets. Kind of like the Millie is.
Yeah.
So I'll have that finished. You have all the new sweaters. I know. It's just the way it works. Well, it was a fat summer for me, so I didn't knit sweaters for me.
Yeah. But, well, I mean, between you and Bonita's, she made the Daydreamer too.
Yes, she did.
So let's talk about the Rhinebeck Bazaar.
Okay, let's talk about it. Yeah.
So, Mom, I asked you to look up the address of where the Rhinebeck Bazaar is going to be.
It's going to be at the Church of the Messiah Episcopal. And it is at 6436 Montgomery Street, and it's in the Parish Hall.
And that's in Rhinebeck itself.
That's in I think it's right downtown Rhinebeck. Christy has said that parking's going to be a little bit of an issue for everybody to carpool if they can. And there's different lots downtown that you can park in.
Okay. And it's Friday. This event is Friday
2 to 6.
2 to 6. There's several different vendors.
There, you want me to look up some of the
Yeah,
vendors?
they got some of the vendors.
It's from 2 to 6. You don't have to have tickets, and it's free. It's the first time. I do know a couple of people that are going to be there that is friends of ours. Swift Yarns from New York is going to be there.
Little Fox.
Little Fox is going to be there. That's
okay. The vendors for the Rhinebeck Bazaar.
Sorry about that.
Sun Valley Fibers. Alex Creates is going to be there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Swift Yarns is going to be there. Jilly and Kittles. That's Jilly. Jilly and Kittles. The Knitting Garage is going to be there. Molly Girl Yarns is going to be there. And then, I don't know how to say this. The jewelry maker that has the gauge ring so that you know what needle size. Mahalo?
I don't know
I don't know how to say it. Jewelry. Sea Colors Yarn from Maine. Marinated Yarns is going to be there. Beautiful Sister is going to be there. Looks like that's bags. Lady Dye Yarn will be there.
Oh, that's good.
Little Fox. Clinton Hill Cashmere. Birch Dye Works. Toad Hollow Yarns. Black Pearl Magic, which looks like is also bags. And then Chelsea Lux will be at the knitting booth. And I will be in the knitting booth. Not House Yarns will be in the knitting booth. 3 Irish Girls Yarn will be there. Video Lifestyle will be there. I think they've added some. Cake Wool Company will be there. Yarn Birds Yarn Truck.
Yes, it's going to be there.
It's going to be there. That'll be kind of cool. Amanda Solomon. It just keeps going on and on. Tennessee Handmade, which is more bags. The Wooliers. And then I guess Tink Knit is going to be there. So I guess Leah has 2 booths. Maybe it's Knitting Garage and Tink Knit.
Maybe.
Because Tink Knit is the one where she does the consignments.
Right.
So I do not have a booth per se, but it will be with the Tink Knits.
Or the Knitting Garage.
Or the Knitting Garage, whichever one she's using. So that should be a lot of fun. It's the first year doing it, like Mom said. It's a free event. And yeah, so there's that. So I wanted to talk about a couple things that we're going to have there, so that if you're looking for something and you see it here on the podcast, then you know where to find it, or you know that it's going to be there. So first of all, the Millies will be there. I say the Millies. I can say that plural. I'm going to take the 2 Millies, this one and then the one behind me, and yarn for both of the Millies. And then I'm also going to have worsted weight for Hokey's Hipster Cowl. We did this in 2 colors. We did this in the Dress For It navy, and then we also did it in Such a Flirt pink. And I'll have plenty of those colors there, along with some other colors that would be pretty for this pattern. This pattern takes 3 skeins, but you could do it in 2 skeins if you wanted to do the shorter one.
Right. She doesn't really tell you how to do the shorter one.
Right.
But if you just did 2 skeins until you were out, then Kitchener it together like you do that one, and it would just not wrap twice. And
Mom didn't add fringe to this. So that would also be something too.
But it still took 2.5.
So again, this is the Hokey Hipster Cowl, and these samples will be there, so you'll be able to see them.
Right.
Like I said, the Millie will be there, and it is a pattern by Nice and Knit. Kits for my new colors that I'm releasing at Rhinebeck. So let me talk about those for a minute. So the 3 colors, here they are here in the bag, but I will take them out and show you. So one Mom's already talked about, and that is Spice Cider, which is a really, really pretty rust color.
And that one we have on the website.
That one we have on the website in the worsted and the DK.
And Mohair.
And Mohair and sock.
Not sock.
Not sock. Yeah, so there's limited quantities here in the shop if you can't get to Rhinebeck or you're not going and there's something that you see, we will have a shop update when we get back from Black Mountain. That'll be at the end of October. And you know, I'm trying to put limited quantities in the shop so that there's some things here while we're gone. So anyway, you just have to kind of bear with us for that. So this is a new green. This is Hedge. It's not quite as blue as Teal My Heart. Of course, probably on camera it looks the same, but it is not the same. So this is Hedge. And like I said, this is Spice Cider. Spice Cider. Spice Cider. Cedar cider. It could be cedar.
Could be.
But it's not. It's cider. And this is the Rhinebeck Love Bus. So this is the colorway that I do not have available in the shop. This is only available at Rhinebeck and then at Black Mountain. And then when I get back from the shop, I'll have a limited quantity then. I won't be dyeing it permanently. It is just for the Rhinebeck event. It was inspired by the Rhinebeck logo this year, which is an illustration that is done by Leanne Coppola of Cocktail Hour at the Coop. Their podcast, I don't know if you guys watch that or not, but they're in New Jersey and they have a podcast, Leanne and Liz, her sister, and they have an alpaca farm. So they have a you know, a different, maybe a little bit different perspective than like a yarn shop owner or a dyer or a designer from a podcast standpoint, because they have the farm. But they're a lot of fun, and it was her illustration, and it was a Volkswagen bus. Hopefully you guys have seen it. I don't have a picture of it here. I could pull it up on my phone, but that's what this colorway was inspired by, because it was a teal bus with rust and just a little bit of black, and of course it had sheep and alpaca and lots of fun characters in the bus. So
and it looked like it was about a 68 or 69, which would have made it a love bus.
Yeah, it was definitely hipster. So so I decided when I came up with this, and it just kind of hit me every once in a while, something just strikes me over the head, that I had been talking about those hats that Jody Brown had designed from the Grocery Girls, and they used 3 colors, and it is the ale hat, right, Mom?
That's the ale.
So this is the ale hat. Again, those are using those 3 colors that I just showed you, and this is in DK weight, and then this is the ale 2. It's a little bit heavier hat because it takes the yarn you have left over from the first hat and
you double it.
So they're quick hats.
Quick hats.
Not that I know, because I didn't knit these. Carissa knit both of these for us. But they're very cute. We don't have the pom-poms for them, but that's just kind of to show you what they will look like. So 3 skeins gets 2 hats, and I will have kits.
And plenty of yarn. I mean, it's not
like you're fighting for yarn?
No, okay. Not at all.
So I will show you the pattern too real quick, just so that in case she had originally designed it in Spun Right Round. So this was the original hat. Oops, the original hat that she designed, and then this was Ale 2.0. So the kits will include both patterns, and like I said, the 3 skeins of yarn, and I think what are we, $92 for those?
92 or 93.
I think it was $92. So I have limited number of kits that have the patterns with them, but I did, I am going to send extra DK in those 3 colors too, so that in case you still want the hats to do at least one of them, you can just get the 3 skeins, and maybe you already have the hat pattern and you don't need to buy the hat pattern. So just another option there. Oh, this is not part of the kit, but I also dyed up Mohair in the Rhinebeck Love Bus.
Would make a good looking Millie.
For to add with the Rhinebeck Love Bus. Yeah, it would make a good Millie for sure. You can see when I hand paint the yarns like that, they don't tend to pool, and that, you know, it's a subtle little pop of color with mostly teal. So it would make a pretty Millie for sure. So that's the kits that I'm going to have there. Let's see. I have the DK. I covered the worsted. I'm going to have the sock yarn for, oh, there's another, there'll be another sample there, but we don't have it yet. Chris is still working on it. Do you remember the name of that pattern, Mom?
I do not.
The shawl pattern?
Oh, it's Isabel Kramer's latest shawl.
And then I will have these things at Black Mountain as well. And Black Mountain's event, while Mama's looking for that, Black Mountain's event is the following weekend. So Mom and I get home on Sunday evening, and then we're going to load up the truck, turn around and leave and head to Black Mountain on Wednesday. Hopefully get there late Wednesday night so that we have all day Thursday to set up. So that is the 25th and 26th. And
Bonita is going with us too.
Oh, that's right. Bonita's going with us. And she's a big help. And she'll have all her sweaters too. She's a fabulous knitter. She and Mom. I don't know why I'm going, actually. Mom and Bonita should just go. I can stay here at the shop.
If you see her in the corner and me going, that means that I've told her to be quiet.
So, what was I saying? So the Black Mountain event, again, that's SAF weekend. It's a big event. It's a indie extravaganza. You can learn more about that if you go to Black Mountain's website or if you follow Black Mountain on Instagram. There are several vendors that are going to be there, the whole upstairs. That's also a free event. And that's Friday and Saturday, the 25th and 26th. So then Mom and I come home and we get to update the shop with anything. And, you know, I'm actually thinking of a couple of new things, fun things for that event that won't be at Rhinebeck, that'll be special for the Black Mountain event as well. So we come back and then we get to breathe for a little bit.
Just for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and then we go to Chelsea Yarns in the third week in November. So, have you found the shawl?
Almost.
The rippled sand shawl?
Yep, that's it.
You sure that's it?
Yes.
I'll show it if I can. Turn that around. Oh, you can't see it really. It's Isabel Kramer's rippled sand shawl. So we'll have a sample of that.
We will.
Right? And I'll have fingering weight yarn. That's a fingering weight yarn. It's not a kit. The only kit that I'm going to have is really the hat, I think. That could change for Black Mountain. But at least for Rhinebeck, the only kit that I have is for the hat. So, as I was saying, I'm going to come up with some new stuff for Black Mountain's event. And I only have 10 days to do that. But I kind of have a plan. I got to do stuff every day. So that's that. I think that covers events. We are having a trunk show this weekend here at the shop.
Yes.
Yep. And that's Moondrake. And Moondrake is from, where is she from? She's from Wisconsin?
I don't think so.
No.
Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
So she's not going to be here in person. She is sending yarn, and if you don't know about Moondrake, she is kind of a new hand dyer, and she does a lot of pretty things. So we'll be excited to see her yarns. I think she's sending all the bases, and she's going to have a couple of samples here too. And that will be Saturday and Sunday.
Maybe Friday.
Maybe Friday. Depends on when we get the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, so that'll be front and center here in the shop. And then you can see that if you're coming to Frederick for the Fiber Festival. Make sure you stop by the shop here and check that out as well. And hopefully it's cooler too, so everybody's in the mood.
We have Olan on the way.
We have a lot of Olan on the way. Yeah.
We may have as many boxes of Olan on the way as what Jess sent for the pop-up shop.
Hopefully not quite that much.
Almost.
Oh, so this is another one. This is another hat combo. that we'll have at Black Mountain. Sorry, just throw that in there. This is Ribbons and Bows. The light pink is Ribbons and Bows. This is Dove, and then this is Ruby Ruby. So
I haven't gotten the other one made yet.
So yeah, so I think I'm going to change into my other sweater now.
Go change into your other sweater while I talk about, we got some new boxes.
All right, you talk about the boxes.
So the same man that makes our needle nooks sent me these as a surprise. So it's just a little wooden box, has a magnet, and I couldn't believe, so there's the yarn ball, there's the sheep, and our logo, our lady head. Could not believe that he did that. And I had no idea he was doing our lady head. And it's such a nice gift to set next to your chair to hold your stitch markers, hold whatever. Those are on the website. We have new pom-poms that are not on the website, but they are in the shop. Oh, look at this.
It is, I will say, heavier.
Is it?
It's heavier than the other one.
Well, it should be. It's got mohair.
I know, but you wouldn't think that it would be
that
much heavier, but I can really tell the difference when I put it on.
Well, it should be exactly the same as your...
I know, but I haven't had that one on in a while, so,
right.
You know.
Right.
So it feels really good, though.
Looks great. She did a great job.
Yep. So this was Beth, and Beth is in California, right?
She is.
Yep. So thank you, Beth. You did a great job. This colorway is Always a Bridesmaid, and she just held Always a Bridesmaid mohair with it too. So there was no difference in color. No. It's exactly the same. So.
And again, she did it like I did in 2 skeins.
Oh, she did?
2 skeins of the sock, 2 skeins of the mohair. And she had about that much
left over, and she was afraid she was going to run out. They talked several times while she was doing it. So.
And the only different that we did, both of us, is we changed this ribbing from 4 3/4 to 4 on the sleeves. And 4 is what the hem is.
So it's fine.
She and I talked about it, and I don't know that I realized that this was supposed to be 4 3/4. I think I just did it 4 because the hem was 4. Usually,
so it feels really good. It is going to be a little bit warmer than the other one.
Okay.
So, thank you, Beth. Thank you so much for doing that. I can't believe we actually...
No, I can't either.
I know. So, thank you. Okay, so I'm sorry. So you were talking about your boxes.
Talked about the boxes, that they're on the website. We also
have a great gift item.
Great gift item. They just slide so nicely. Have a magnet there.
Yep. Any kind of little trinkets can go in there.
Yeah, I mean, you could put rings in there.
Yeah.
Anything. We also have the new Nomadic Knit, and this issue is Vermont. We got those out on Saturday. It's a nice magazine.
Lots of stuff in there. Recipes too.
Recipes too. We also have the new lane. Matter of fact, we had the last, I think, 3 lanes we still have copies of.
Okay.
I ordered more because, you know, this was the last
issue.
Issue of lane. And it's got some gorgeous stuff in it. Gorgeous patterns.
And, we got the new bags in.
We did get the new bags in. Why don't you talk about them?
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen these or not. Krista, I think it's Jackal.
I think it is Jackal.
I think it's Jackal.
Right.
Krista Jackal, she makes bags, and she is a little bit different because she is an artist and stamps her fabric. So they are handcrafted through and through. It's got a really nice lining on the inside.
Flat bottom.
The lining is green. But this is, I don't know how she stamps these, but she stamps her own fabric. So the bags are always different, and we thought it would be fun to bring these in. You might have seen these on Instagram. She's Krista Jackal on Instagram. So this is just a fun little bag. We don't have these on the website yet.
I might get them on the website.
Yeah.
They're all different, so it makes it hard.
Right, because there's a lot of pictures. So these are $24.50 for these little project bags here. Would be great for socks. And they just have the one stamp on them. Let me show you one more. This one's kind of fun. So that's very cute, very artisty. And then
That's one of my.
this is another bag.
Yeah, if somebody doesn't buy that soon.
This, yeah, it's a pretty black and gold. I want to see what the lining is. Oh, it's black and white polka dots in the inside. See?
They have nice flat bottoms.
Yeah, it is a flat bottom for sure. And the fabric on this is kind of like a waxed canvas.
It's an oilcloth.
An oilcloth. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't say waxed. So it's a heavy fabric. So it's definitely, once you set it up, that's why it's kind of hard for me to get it open. It's going to stay. So that's a nice one. And then we have a couple of larger ones. This is one, and this one actually has the shoulder straps.
And a drawstring.
Oh yeah, and the drawstring at the top. Yep.
How cute
Very
is that?
cute. Fun colors. And then this one is like that one as well. So yeah, so some new bags. So if you're curious about those and you want Mom to FaceTime you, she can do that, and you can look at all the selection that we have. But if you want to do that before she gets them on the website, or if you go to the website and you don't see them and you say, just call us. Mom always answers the phone. So, well,
I do.
Mostly she answers the phone, I think.
No, I do.
Sometimes
so I have to call you back, but I answer.
That is that, and you know, we're just in full Rhinebeck mode.
I've got a couple things to say.
Okay.
Anne, that it works with the public school system, had finished her first sweater. She sent me a picture last night, and
She works with what public school system?
Frederick County.
Okay.
Well, and she has not been knitting that long, and she finished her first Smiley. She is the one that you dyed the green, the kind of lighter green.
Oh, the lighter green mohair for?
Yes. And she finished it last night. Sent me a picture. Looks great. She used a dark green Life in the Long Grass, and then put kind of a sweet mint mohair. It wasn't quite sweet mint, but it was a lighter mohair with it. And she finished last night. Also, Carolina, and they're both going to Rhinebeck, so I'm excited for them. Carolina sent me a picture of her Sunset Highway.
I saw it posted on Instagram and blocking. She's blocking
it, but she was scared to death. She sent me a picture with it kind of all just a wad. You know how it is when it just comes out, yeah. And she was scared to death. But she sent me a picture where it was blocked, and they're both really excited. So I'm very proud of both of them.
So if you see us at Rhinebeck, if you see us, you know, I think we're going to be at, we'll be going to the Indie Untangled event for a little while. We will be going to, of course, the Rhinebeck Bazaar.
And we'll be there probably most of the afternoon.
Right, we'll probably be there most of the afternoon.
We also will be at Christy Glass's Knit Night, Friday night.
Oh, that's Friday night, right?
That's Friday
But we're
night.
not doing the bowling thing.
We're not doing bowling on Saturday night.
Which one is the cookie contest?
Friday night.
Yeah, we're not making cookies.
No.
Yeah, so we're kind of, I've got my hands full. I've put Mom in charge of a couple of things.
With a lot of supervision.
Yeah. So it'll be an interesting few weeks for us, for sure. And we look forward to it. If you see us, please stop us, say hello. We usually have a pocket full of podcast pins. And
I think you've got some new pins.
We've got new pins. I've got new pins, but those probably won't be handed out till Black Mountain. I kind of wanted to save those for Black Mountain.
Okay.
And yeah, I gotta come up with some new colors, and you have to knit it before then. Great. There's a couple of things I have in my head. Not colors, but things you can make.
Oh, I'm sure. I am sure. Oh, one other thing. Let's talk about Bonitas Sweater.
Oh, the Hokey sweater?
Yes. On real quick. Let me unbutton it and you put it on.
Fine.
So, it's done in DK. This is done in Ruby. Yeah, your arms are a little longer than hers. Is part of the difference. So it has got 3 stitch bobbles.
Again, this is the Hokey sweater.
And it's called
Farm Twist Jacket.
Yes. So it has lots of twisted stitches, 1-stitch cables. Has a cable that goes all the way down the arm from the shoulder. And you pick up stitches here, and then you also pick up stitches. It's very pretty. She said the construction was a little different, but it was fun. Bonita likes the texture like I like color work. So it actually took her 2 weeks, I think, to make it.
I think it was a little bit longer than 2 weeks, but this weight feels good. It's DK weight. So again, it's Hokey's latest cardigan, the farm jacket cardigan.
Cables are beautiful in it. Kind of a vine pattern with just little bobbles.
And we'll link this below in the all of the information in the show notes in the podcast. So that'll be there along with the colors. Again, this is Ruby. It's a relatively new color. So
kind of a really nice burgundy.
Okay.
All right.
So again, thank you for watching. Again, to those of you that offered to make me sweaters or anything else for us, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you at Rhinebeck. If not at Rhinebeck, at Black Mountain. Mom and I will both be at both events. And
please subscribe.
Yep, subscribe. And we'll see you next time, I guess. I can't really think. I'm sure we're forgetting something.
I'm sure we are. Hopefully we'll get to podcasts between Rhinebeck and Black Mountain.
She says this because she doesn't edit the podcast and get it out. She just,
kind of the way you do me, where you can just knit it up.
So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you soon. We'll see you in Rhinebeck. Bye.
Bye.